podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.
Now entering the PNRNetworks arena, coming down the aisle from Revere, Massachusetts, weighing in at absolutely none of your business. It's the Mistress of Mayhem, the Queen of Quips. It's time for Ring Around the Rosie with your hostess, Kim Brown.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week here on Ring Around the Rosie. I'm your host, Kim Brown, aka Platinum Rose Lady, hoping that you are having an amazing week. It is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019, as I'm recording this day and date. So let's talk about what's coming up this weekend, which is the WWE Clash of Champions. And damn it, that still feels weird saying that. Even after all these years, it feels weird. So this past week on Raw, we had just real quick though, on Raw, we had the whole thing where Steve Austin came out and it didn't do much for the ratings. And then we had the whole thing on SmackDown where The Undertaker appeared and it still didn't do much for ratings. But yet WWE is not worried about AEW. Okay. Whatever gets you through the night. I don't know. I mean, they had some things going against it this week, so that's, there's that to go, to think about things, but October's coming up pretty soon, folks, and AEW will be premiering on TNT, and also NXT will be premiering on USA, so that's gonna get interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting... I know where I'm going to be that night, but anyway, moving forward. It was great to see The Undertaker on SmackDown because he's The Undertaker and he's just awesome. I don't know what was more awesome, just seeing The Undertaker or seeing The Undertaker chokeslam Sami Zayn, because that just gets funnier every time I watch it. And I've watched it a few times while thinking wildly inappropriate thoughts, but that's just me, and I have needs. So we're over here now. So the 2019 Clash of Champions pay-per-view, which is coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow. Could they rub it in our faces anymore? Shit. The card so far includes WWE Universal Champion Seth Rollins going against Braun Strowman. Should be interesting. Especially since, you've got two guys who have such diverse styles. Braun's, this, mountain on legs, and Seth's a lot quicker and a little bit sneakier. And you also have WWE Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Awkward. Going against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I don't know what to call this team. I really don't. I'm kind of the Zigrude. That's terrible. I don't know what to call them. I haven't come up with anything that works in my mind that doesn't sound dumb or vaguely pornographic. So there's that. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch going against Sasha Banks. So that should be fun. And WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley going against Charlotte Flair. And now I have to cheer for Charlotte Flair. Damn it, WWE. You're going to make me do this? Really? But, Bayley's being a bitch, so she deserves to get slapped, so. WWE Champion Kofi Kingston going against Randy Orton again. Now, I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying again simply because I don't like long feuds. I do like long feuds. When I got into wrestling, which was a long time ago that we're not going to dwell on how long ago, long feuds were the thing. I mean, people had feuds that lasted for years. I remember reading about feuds that lasted, forever. I mean, the Von Erichs and the Freebirds, or Tommy Rich versus Buzz Sawyer. I mean, those feuds lasted for years, it seemed like. And you genuinely got the feeling that these people wanted to kill each other. I'm not saying that Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton isn't a good match, because we've already seen it, so we know it can be good. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why I can't get worked up for this. And I can't say it's because I dislike either guy's work, because I don't. I think Kofi Kingston is an amazing athlete, and I think Randy Orton is an amazing athlete too. He's also the reason that the term Randy Orton syndrome exists in our house. Randy Orton syndrome is when you have a good-looking guy, the second he opens his mouth, he ruins it. So, there's that. WWE Cruiserweight Champion Drew Gulak is going against Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado. So, three-way dances are always fun, although half the time you don't know who to look at. United States Champion AJ Styles going against Cedric Alexander. Now, that match I'm really looking forward to. I really kind of wish it was Ali a little more, but I like Cedric. Don't get me wrong. I like Cedric. I think he's cool, and he's got this feud going with AJ, who has been acting like a total biatch as of the last couple of months. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship will be on the line with Xavier Woods and Big E going against The Revival. Yay. So you've got two really vibrant, exciting guys in Xavier Woods and Big E and The Revival. Yay. Pardon me, my unbridled enthusiasm is leaking everywhere. Oh gosh. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura is going against The Miz. It's still weird knowing Miz is a face. I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, because I actually like Miz as a face. He's one of those people that can actually play both a face and a heel very convincingly, I think. He just has so much charisma that it works well either positively or negatively, I think. Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan, which is, I think, that's the only match on the card that there's no belts on the line, just pride. It's a no DQ match, so that should be something to look at. Because it's Roman Reigns, so there's something to look at right there. Something very, very hot. And WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss going against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Well, I like one of those people, so let's... Supernatural family, we stick together. I gotta be honest, I really did not think this team of Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss would be lasting this long. And Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I have no problem with them as athletes or workers or anything like that. Every time I see Mandy Rose, I just want to bitch slap her. I want to bitch slap her so hard my hand hurts. It's just, I don't know why. She brings out the beast in me. But then again, there's a lot of things that bring out the beast in me, and yet they still let me in church. It's amazing. One of these days, those people are going to figure me out, and they're just going to go, out! Be gone. I don't know. It looks like it could be an interesting show. It looks like it could be a good show. The thing is, coming from Charlotte, this is an area of the country where they will tell you if the show sucks. This is also an area of the country, and I am not saying this as a slam, and I'm certainly not saying this in a way that is going to encourage anybody to do this, but I remember watching WCW shows from, that part of the country where stuff didn't go the way the fans wanted it to, and then by the end of the show, they were knee-deep in trash. Hopefully we won't have any incidents like that, because throwing trash is naughty and we don't want to do that. that's not good. Don't do that. That's something I'd like to actually talk about this week, just as a little side note thing that I just don't understand. There are some things about wrestling, specifically about wrestling fans, that I don't understand. The thing that I will never, ever, ever, ever tack 75 more evers on there, don't understand, are fans who try to get involved. Now, I don't mean people slapping people on the back or, standing there and going, yay, woo, and the camera's on them and stuff like that while somebody else is getting their head smashed in. That's, personally, I think that's crazy, because if there's two, 200 plus pound men trying to clobber the snot out of each other within 2 feet of me, I'm getting the fuck out the way. I have this silly thing called self-preservation, and I'm going to get the fuck out the way. I have got the fuck out the way. Not quickly enough a couple of times. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago at an indie show, I got a chain wrapped around my ankle. Not fun. At an ECW house show in Burlington, Massachusetts, there was a bit of a fracas because some fan decided to be a schmuck. And I really couldn't see what happened because I got violently pushed into the wall twice. Like, assume the position, pushed into the wall hard twice. And since I am well padded in the breasticle area, that wasn't fun. That didn't feel real good. I can tell you the girls were pretty sore that night. But I do not understand fans who actually have jumped the barrier, got in the ring, taken a swing at people, grabbed a ladder during a ladder match that almost knocked Eddie Guerrero to the ground. I remember that live and going, what the actual fuck? Now, I understand being passionate. I understand getting excited. Not that kind of excited. Calm down. But I get how sometimes you get angry. And I understand how emotion can override logical thinking. But I'm sorry, every time I've ever seen this happen, it ends so badly for the people involved. Because you think about it. If you get in the ring, there's kind of this unwritten rule, it's kind of this unspoken thing, that the wrestler that's in the ring is going to stomp on your head. Possibly the referee is going to hit you. And I've seen that happen more than once. You're going to get kicked out of the ring, taken by security, who's probably going to get in a couple of shots. You're definitely going to get arrested, and goodness knows how the police are going to handle you. And that was not a slag on the police. They do a very, most police officers are terrific people and are out there doing a really thankless job trying to keep the rest of us Nimrods safe. But you're going to get arrested. You're definitely going to get tossed out of the building. And everyone around you is going to go, look at that fucking jerk. I really don't understand people that do this. No, wait. I'm going to back up. And if this gets me in trouble, fine. I don't understand men who do this. There, I said it. You never see women doing this. I've never seen a woman jump the barrier to, attack somebody. In a violent way. I mean, baseball years ago, there was a lady that they called the Kissing Bandit, and she would run out and kiss guys and stuff like that, and they weren't exactly fighting her off. But I've never seen it in wrestling. I've never seen a woman get so angry that she jumped the barrier or anything like that. I've seen women threaten to slap people. Oh, no, wait, that was me. Actually, I've never threatened to slap anybody. Punch them. I've threatened to punch them, but I never actually did it. Because I'm not a moron. But I really don't what I'm assuming causes this is the incredibly dangerous mixture of testosterone and alcohol. Now that is a mixture that causes all kinds of problems that absolutely nobody needs. You know, you have a guy who's had a couple of beers and all of a sudden he thinks he can jump in the ring and, beat the hell out of somebody. No. It's not going to work. The craziest thing I ever saw was a guy that did that, it's a while back, a guy that did that in South Africa when they had one of the tours in South Africa. The WWE went down there, and this person that was a indie wrestler from that area got in the ring and low-blowed Randy Orton from behind. And Randy sold it because he thought maybe the person that he was in the match with was adding a little extra bit to the match, when he realized, oh wait, that's not my opponent, that's some jerk that just punched me in the he got in a few licks. The guy got barred for life from wrestling events in that area, and I'm like, was it worth it, bro? Was it worth it? Really? I don't get it. I really don't get, other than, like I said, testosterone and alcohol, which is the only thing I can think of for some of the truly stupid shit that people do. Just side note, things like the running of the bulls. I really don't get that. I'm one of the people that cheers for the bulls. I don't know if that makes me a sadist or not, but I'm always like, the bulls deserve to stomp the shit out of you. If you're dumb enough to do that, you should be, you should have your heads examined because you're fucking nuts. Like I mentioned, as I'm recording this on September 11th. And, September 11th for a lot of us is, a day that's, it's a tough day, for a lot of people for various reasons. It's a day that completely changed America, I think. We lived through a terrible, awful attack by people who were obviously very ill and perverted religion for their own, to justify their own hateful actions. We have to remember that those people do not represent everybody of the Muslim faith. And we have to remember that light will always overcome darkness and love will always triumph over hate. And, there aren't enough ways to say thank you to the people who, tried and saved lives that day. People who were, the EMTs, the fire departments, the police, people who were just people who happened to be there and could help out. And there isn't enough ways to say thank you to the people of our armed forces, people who joined the military because of 9/11, who wanted to make a difference, because your sacrifices keep us free, and that's something that we can never thank you enough for. I guess the best way that we can, people said, if you do this or that or the other thing, the terrorists win. And that kind of got bounced around for a while. I guess the best way the best way to fight hate is to love. And the best way to fight darkness is to be a light. And by being a light, I don't mean you have to be the person that finds a cure for cancer. If you are that person, good on you. But just being a light by being kind to a neighbor, or giving a stranger a smile, or giving blood, or just doing something that just makes the world a tiny, tiny bit better. Just telling someone that that they mean a lot to you for no reason at all. It may not do a whole lot, and it's not going to solve every single problem, but it'll help. And helping is always better than doing nothing or hurting, which is just my opinion for what it's worth. And I just have a dinky little podcast, so, there's that. If you have any questions, comments, queries, complaints, money, chocolate, Roman Reigns' phone number. I'm joking. That last one was a joke. The stalking is not good. you can send it to me at platinumroselle@yahoo.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like, platinumroselady at twitter.com. And if you would be so kind, you can like, share, and subscribe my show. And you can check out all of the other shows that are part of our little island of misfit toys that appear on the interwebs. And you can find them on our website. And we have a lot of great people that work really hard on all the stuff that we do. And it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. But we put it out there because we enjoy it, we have fun, and we hope you have fun too. So, this is Kim Brown, aka Platinum Rose Lady, signing off for another week here on Ring Around the Rosie, and hoping that you guys have a great rest of your week, and hoping that your roses always stay in bloom. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Ring Around the Rosie with Kim Brown, a production of PNR Networks. Keep in touch with all things about the show at http://ringaroundtherosie.net. Ring Around the Rosie intro performed by Eric Lyon. Ring Around the Rosie theme by Digital Juice. Join Kim for a new Ring Around the Rosie every Wednesday. Ring Around the Rosie is copyright 2018 PNR Networks, Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.